Well, on this New Year's morning, we are easing the pressure this morning on your Feel Good Breakfast show. We've got our finance guide to make sure that we start the new year on good terms.
Of course, the year is 2017, and one of the biggest things that you want to have sorted out very early on in the year are your finances. You want to make sure that you're taken care of, and that's why every week we have a financial chat, and we invite our certified financial planner, Grant van Zyl, to talk to us through these challenging times, and budgeting is a very, very important thing. Give us some more tips around budgeting and what we can do, just to kind of to put it into perspective of the importance of budgeting.
Okay, so have you heard of the One Rand Man?
I haven't heard of the One Rand Man.
So the One Rand Man, basically what he did at the end of every month, he was going into savings. And he wanted to know why was he going into savings. And because he gets a good salary every month, and he's spending all of his money, and he didn't know where the money was going. So what he went to do, at the end of every single month, when he got his paycheck, he would go into the bank and cash it in for 1 Rand coins. And literally went around paying for everything in 1 Rand coins. So he started getting very practical and tangible with the whole experience. And the first month, I think halfway through the month, his coins, he started seeing how his coins were being depleted so quickly, and he had to change his whole behavior around it. And I think that's what happens in the society that we live in now, the credit card sort of society. It's so easy to swipe a card and to go into debt. But if we want to avoid that, you actually need to start getting a little bit more tangible, like back in the day where you're taking money out of a wallet and you're passing it over like that hard-earned money, you know, like, there we go, sort of thing. So I think that's kind of a way that you can get practical. That's quite extreme, I must admit, but that's one of the ways.
It makes sense because, I mean, you get, like, enticed on the other side of it, because when you spend on your credit card, or you pay with your credit card, or you have some form of debt going on there, you're building up your credit status as well, right? And your credit rating as well, which can help you in the future. But I guess the moral of the story is that, even though you are swiping your card, to actually take cognizance of what it is that you've spent, let's say what the balance is in that particular account that you're working on, and what the implications of that might be later on.
Totally. Where's your money going? Because at the end of the day, like, most people don't know.
Yeah.
Like, all those coffees and all the brunches and lunches and all that, it inhales money, you know? So you're basically creating a system where you're actually seeing where the money's going at the end of the day. But I mean, everyone's different, you know? Everyone's got a different flavor and a personality. So you actually need to come up with a system that suits your personality. You want to make it fun for you as an individual.
Yeah.
You don't want to fit into a mold of someone else. Otherwise, you're just not going to do it.
Yeah.
So you want to really find a system that you enjoy. I know one of my clients, what they really like doing is they like to, once a month, they go find a different coffee shop.
Okay.
They love coffees, and then they go sit together and then they figure out, what is our budget for the next month? How did we do in the last month? So their whole thing is actually finding a coffee shop every month, but then they chat about their budget over the coffee.
Yeah.
You know, so it makes it fun. You don't have to, like, have this mundane, like, boring meeting at the dinner table or on a Sunday evening and say, oh, guys, we are in serious trouble, you know?
Oh, Dad. Oh, Dad. Just thinking, waiters must have loved the 1 Rand Man. Imagine he was a 10-cent man. Nightmare. But, okay, I want to talk about this from a family perspective, because obviously lots of people that watch us have families at home. How do you make the budgeting thing creative, fun, and interactive for the family so that it's something that is understood by the whole family and that is worked on by the whole family? Because, I mean, you don't want at the end of the day for you to be, chasing unattainable dreams because your kids want this and wifey wants this and you want this, and it's all because people don't understand what's going on in the family budget.
Totally.
Do you have? Is it then when you have the dinner conversations?
Yeah, I think that's spot on, because what happens is some guys go through a lot of effort to draw up these budgets, right? But they've not included anyone into the mind frame of the budget. So the spouse could go out and do whatever they want because they have no clue what's on the paper. I say the best way to teach your children about finances is to include them in part of those conversations. You don't need to include them in everything, but...
Yeah, don't tell them, Johnny, Dad earns $1 million a month.
Yes, exactly. So you want to be able to get them to be savvy with money and understand, okay, you know, I can buy those soccer boots, but I can't buy these ones, you know? And these are the reasons, because this is how much money we have towards that, you know? And as soon as they start grasping that and they get part of it, your financial success is going to be way more certain, because at the end of the day, you've got support. Without that support, basically, you're just wasting your time because everyone can go on and do their own thing at the end of the day.
Do you think it might be of value for parents to also start investing a little bit of time in, when they speak to their children about their personal budget? So, little Johnny has an allowance of 500 Rand a month, which is a lot, by the way.
That's
but
a lot.
it's a lot. But then, to say to him, cool, show me what you do with your money. Write it down. Because I remember one of the biggest gifts that I got when I was younger, at the age of about 10, my mom opened up a bank account for me and actually made me take the initial 50 Rand and stand at the counter and deposit it in and sign it.
Brilliant.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
so
you
you
actually
took
had
ownership.
Take ownership.
Yeah, yeah.
So do you think there's value in that?
Well, look where you are today. you are speaking proof of it. Yeah, I was actually in a very fortunate position. My mother, at the same age, said, "My boy, we're going to." Back in the day, it was a bank that doesn't exist today.
Perm bank.
Yeah.
Perm. Who remembers the days of perm bank?
Yeah, exactly. So I went in, and they still had these little books, and every time you had to draw money, there was like these line items. And that to me was, and I had to go tangibly do it myself.
Yeah.
It was probably one of the biggest experiences, and it built confidence in me managing the money. And she's got an accounting background, so I literally had to sit down and figure out, what are you doing with this 10 cents? Or what are you doing with that? Because 10 cents back in the day, you could buy you a few chappies, eh?
And look at us now. We are millionaires. We're going to keep Grant here for a little while longer as we continue to help you plan your 2017 financially, so make sure that you stay tuned.